Good morning, students and staff at Aldersley High School. This is Miss Bird speaking to you this morning. I hope you're all really well and looking forward to a great day of teaching. This assembly is all about positive thinking. So first of all, you've got the April 2020 Active Coping calendar. How are you getting on with this? It's Tuesday the 28th today, so make a plan to meet up with others again later in the year. And that's one good way to stay really positive starting off, making sure that you've got some things to look forward to, some light at the end of the tunnel. And so make sure that you do that today and you get in touch with some friends perhaps and make some plans for a few months later. So looking at Miss Bangal's challenges from yesterday then. So the first challenge was to encourage somebody. So send a message of encouragement to someone, providing support, hope or building confidence. Taking part in the 2.6 challenge, it would be really lovely to hear from people if you've managed to do that, or if you managed to do that this week, if you haven't already got in touch with us. So make sure that you tweet hashtag 2.6 challenge if you get involved in that. It's a great way, if you're fit and healthy, to raise some money from the comfort of your home. And then also make sure, like Miss Bangal said yesterday, that you are looking at the head of house team and that you are getting involved in the challenges. Lots of really exciting things to do there. Today's challenges then, so they're all related to our theme today, which is being positive. The first one is to write down one thing that you are happy about in your life, add it to a tub and try to do it every day so that you can watch your tub grow and you can watch all of your positive thoughts grow. This is always a really, really nice thing to do with people at home, so perhaps your family, perhaps your siblings. You could all put something into a tub and then perhaps when we come out of lockdown you can all take them out and you can read each other's. You can also do something today that makes you feel really good about yourself. So you might do something creative. Maybe you like writing or drawing or colouring or whatever it is. You might do some exercise, make yourself feel good because you're feeling healthy. You might complete some work that you're really proud of and send it to your teachers and get a little bit of recognition for that. Or maybe you're going to do something that makes somebody else happy, and that's one thing that would make you feel good about yourself. But make sure that you do at least one thing that makes you feel really, really good about yourself today. And then finally, tweet us one tip for staying positive using the hashtag #BePositive, because we'd love to hear from some of you about your tips on staying positive as well. Okay, so this assembly, these are my tips about being a positive thinker. So have a little look then at the picture that you've got here. This picture is all about making choices. So you can see you've got two people, they're on a journey. One of them is looking out of the window that faces towards the dark mountain, and then the other is looking out the window at the beautiful scenery. And it's true, isn't it? Everything that happens, some things are obviously absolutely terrible, especially some things that are happening at the moment. But still, every day we have a choice to either be pessimistic, which means to look at all of the negatives and kind of let them drag us all down, or to be optimistic and to look at the positive things that we've got going on. And even if a particular situation is very negative, there will still be other things going on in your life that are positive that you need to harness. So it's all about aiming to be a positive thinker and, where possible, looking out of the window that looks at the beautiful scenery. You could also consider positive affirmations. So positive affirmations are phrases or mantras that you repeat to yourself which describe a specific outcome or who you want to be. So at first these affirmations might not be true, but with constant repetition your subconscious mind will eventually start to believe them and they will become your reality. So it might sound silly, but if you're standing in front of the mirror every morning and saying, I am clever, I am thoughtful, I'm a good friend, then even if maybe you feel like you haven't been some of those things recently, the more you say them to yourself every day, the more they will become true. And particularly if you are very good at kind of being negative about yourself, which I know some of you can be very negative about yourself sometimes, this is a really, really good way to start being more positive. I've just put a quote from Gandhi at the bottom there. So keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behaviour. Keep your behaviour positive because your behaviour becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. And keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. And that's true. So if you can start with positive thinking, then eventually that will come through everything that you say, all of your actions, and it will eventually become part of you as a person. So what else can you do then to stay positive? Now, the biggie is thinking about the news. So only watch and read positive news where possible. Obviously, there's a lot of negative news at the moment. You could drive yourself insane if you watched negative news all the time. So don't do that. Only watch and read the positive news. If you want to stay informed, then obviously have a look once a day at the news regarding coronavirus if that's what you wish to do, but otherwise focus on other things. Now here you need to be really careful with social media, because if for instance you use something like Facebook or Twitter, then negative news pops up all the time. So it might also be that you limit the amount of time that you spend on social media as well, just so that you can limit the amount of negative news that you might come across in a day. Secondly, every day, remind yourself of one thing that makes you feel positive. Being positive is all about changes in your mind. Okay, so keep reminding yourself. Like I said earlier, writing them down and putting them into a little positivity jar is a really good way of doing that. Thirdly, find new ways to make yourself feel positive. So I know that there are some of you, for instance, who are really sporty, and perhaps football used to be the thing that made you feel really positive, and you feel like you can't do that right now because you can't leave the house. Then it's time to find a new way to make yourself feel positive, even if it's only just for the duration of the lockdown. So consider some new hobbies. Consider something else that you could start doing. You never know, by the end of the lockdown you might become an absolute pro at something because you've started up a new hobby. But think about something that relaxes you and makes you happy and makes you feel good about yourself. Fourth, as I said earlier, consider every emotion as a choice. So try and reflect on all of the emotions that you're having. Count to 10. Think about the kind of the positive things in your life as well. And the big one for me is, if you are struggling, seek further help or support, because I know some of you will be listening to me now and saying, well, these are some really great tips. However, I can't make the choice to feel positive at the moment. I'm really struggling. And if that is you, that's where you need to make the choice at least to seek further help and now, in terms of help and support, obviously, we are all here for you. So you can get in touch with your head of year. And of course, if you're kind of not comfortable doing that, then you can get in touch with anybody. As you know, as long as you do, that's the important thing. You might also consider other services. So you've got Cooth, Childline, Samaritans, Shout and MASH. So those are some other services that you could consider as well if you are really still struggling. So I'm going to leave you today then with a video, which is, you might have seen it before, but it's a really uplifting video about having a positive attitude. So I think it's a nice message to leave on. Have a really nice day today, everybody. Like I said earlier, make sure that you're doing some things that make you feel happy, that make you feel positive about yourself, and that make you feel proud of yourself. Have a really good day.